Hello, everyone, and welcome to another dry January review. It's going to be a little bit more than January, as I mentioned in previous videos. It's going to be extended into February 15th, which will be, let's see here, I'm going to see, yeah, it's going to be a while before I can properly drink again. But that's okay. It's all good. It's all right. But yeah, so what are we going to be reviewing in the meanwhile? Well, we got another odd thing to review. Not a non-alcoholic beer, but this Daytrip CBD infused sparkling water. Coconut pineapple, naturally flavored, 5 calories, 25 milligrams CBD. So those of you who may not know, there are two two classes of chemicals if you really want to go and break it down, because there's a whole list of them. But two classes of chemicals within the marijuana plant, and that is THC, the stuff that, the traditional stuff, the stuff that causes the usual effects, and there is also CBD, uh, which is has a different effect. So it doesn't get you high, really, but it does make you very relaxed. So it's a very clear-headed feeling. And yeah, let's go, and I already put my fingerprint on this. Let's go and read the label now, shall we? Take your mind on a day trip. We're harnessing the power of plants to make the world a happier, healthier place. Our fast-absorbing hemp CBD works in tandem with our uplifting blend of botanical terpenes to provide you the perfect boost to live every moment to its fullest. Enjoy spontaneously. So let's go and, well, 5 calories. Let's go and look at the ingredients here. Water, cannabidiol from hemp, citric acid, terpene blend, D-limonene, beta caryophyllene, linalool, beta-pinene, natural flavor. Distributed by DT Brands and Company, Fairfield, California. So, um, without much further ado, let's just go and pour this out already, shall we? So I've had the two flavors that I've seen for sale. This is the one I've preferred, but preferred is kind of an odd word there to use. So, pours out a cloudy white color. The other color, tangerine, also pours out cloudy. Not as cloudy as this coconut pineapple flavor, but still definitely cloudy. Very well carbonated. It smells of coconut and pineapple. Slight pina colada smell. Doesn't smell too artificial. Not much else besides that smell. Maybe a slight minerality. Onto the palate now. Basically tastes like a flavored seltzer water with a slightly thicker mouthfeel. And there's an kind of a planty, bitter plant-like flavor to it. It is most apparent up in the front and in the long finish. It's not very strong, but it is detectable. And while I would say it's somewhat off-putting, it doesn't make this unpleasant to drink. It just sort of makes it like a seltzer water um, with an aftertaste. Kind of a bitter aftertaste. Now, since I've had about 2 or 3 cans of this before already, I can tell you that it does have an effect. You basically feel very relaxed, while at the same time very clear-headed. Um, it doesn't give you very much of a body feeling either. It just makes you feel a little bit more loose, I guess. Um, Definitely recommend this if you're having trouble sleeping, that's for sure. The price is surprisingly cheap. It's about $5 a can. So a bit more than a can of craft beer, which is usually sixers of those usually go for about, like even, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale will usually be about $13 for the sixer now. So this costs about as much as 2 cans of, good beer. I haven't noticed any real like drawbacks to it. Um, like I don't feel groggy the next day after drinking this. But then I've only always had only 1 can. Uh, I wouldn't know why you would want to drink more than 1 can, honestly. Excuse me. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'll give it that. Obviously, um, this is basically legal, I think, in all 50 states. It's probably not legal in most of Asia and parts of Europe. Rather unfortunate because I don't see it leading anywhere horrible or anything like that. Um, it's basically just kind of like it's akin to kava, but kava has more of a physical effect. You definitely feel much more relaxed. Your muscles unwind. That is for sure. This one is more of like a psychological sort of relaxation effect, I guess. You know, like I said, still very clear-headed. You're not going to start giggling, start looking at your hand and giggling, or be like, "Whoa, have you ever thought about like how cars are like metal that moves?" You're not going to be doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? But if you're a rather anxious person like me, well, I mean, if for whatever reason you're avoiding alcohol, or for whatever reason you want something that's relaxing, that's you know, not particularly damaging to the liver like alcohol or kava can be. I don't believe this is processed through the liver, but I could be wrong. Somebody might know better, but I do know for a fact, of course, alcohol is bad for your liver, and kava is bad for your liver as well. But yeah, can tell you one thing though. Um, it does make me a bit hungry, but then I think almost any kind of carbonated beverage does that to me at this point. Yeah. So, Daytrip CBD infused sparkling water. I bought this from of all places Times Supermarket. I've also seen it for sale at Tamura's, probably cheaper than Times has it, but Times is by me, so I go and get it from there. If you live in Hawaii and you know, maybe give it a shot, especially if you can't drink alcohol anymore. You might be surprised. Don't try it though if you gotta take a pee test. I'm not sure if this would make you fail a pee test, but if you don't gotta take a pee test, um, then yeah, give it a shot. And that, folks, is your CBD beverage review for this evening. Cheers.